Yesterday night I only needed one of FaZe, Heroic or Bait to win their games, not all three of them, no, I just needed one. Just one win was enough, and guess what happened? Yeah, somehow they all lost. The chances of that were like very low, like 3% or something. I know a single person who actually managed to get 5 correct picks in the last stage, but missing while being so close is actually tough. Anyway, the gold coin looks the best, right? So that's what I'm going for. So let's start with the teams that I think will go 3-0. First of all, everyone and their mom will have this pick, and it is Vitality. They come to the Major on a 30 match win streak and won basically everything that was to win this year. Best of ones can be tricky, right? But even still, not picking them for 3-0 would be very dumb.
This video was brought to you by Skins Monkey, where you can trade your boring old skins for brand new ones. Are you tired of your blue combo? Just trade it for a red one, it takes seconds. Use code OSNICS on the website to get $5 for free to trade, and you also get a 35% deposit bonus. They have 24/7 live chat support, link is in the description, and thank you Skins Monkey for sponsoring the video.
And the second team for most people, it's between Spirit and Mouse. If they face each other, it's pretty much a 50-50. Mouse has been better than Spirit recently, but Spirit usually shows up in majors, and honestly I can even see Mouse losing the first game against a warmed up VP that actually showed some pretty decent CS in the last stage. Other than that, in most of my brackets, Spirit ends up having an easier path to the 3-0, but there is also a big chance that Mouse and Spirit face each other along the way. However, any of them facing Vitality is almost impossible. That being said, my 3-0 pick is neither of them. I'm going to keep my strategy of playing it safe and try to secure 5, so I'll put both of them in advance, and my 3-0 pick is going to be G2. Why? Same as the last two stages, they have a stand-in, so it either goes really well for them or really bad. If the stand-in situation goes really well for them, this could kinda happen if they get a lucky path. If it doesn't, it's likely they bomb out and not make playoffs at all. Now we're going over to the 3-1 and 3-2 teams. That said, obviously I have to go with Mouse and Spirit advancing here. There's a chance they both go 3-0, and if that happens, it's basically GG for me, but chances of that happening are very low, so I think it's the safer option. If they end up playing each other on the 2-0, well, at least we get one. Next, I'm fully locked in on 2 teams, one of them being the Mongols. They are very strong, but not strong enough to go 3-0 in my opinion, simply because there's a high chance that they get Vitality, Spirit or Mouse in the 2-0 game, which I don't think they can win against any of them. And the other team that I'm fully locked in is Aurora, which is a very similar situation to the Mongols. Both always make playoffs, but when it comes down to going head to head against the best teams, they just can't ever do it. And for my next pick, we have Navi. I don't think they will go 3-0 at all. I can see them losing the first game already, but ultimately they are still more than good enough to make playoffs, and they had a lot of time to prepare for this major despite their terrible form coming here. It is risky, I know, but overall I think that it is more risky to leave them out. And for my last pick, hear me out. Just like in the last video, the games haven't ended when I'm making this, so listen carefully. If FaZe beat MIBR and advance, I will go with them. They haven't been amazing, but I'm gambling on them to continue the great form they showed in the best of ones and hopefully go back to form. And if FaZe does not advance, this might be an unpopular opinion, but I'm gonna go with Liquid. Have they been amazing recently? No, but do I think they are above VP, Fury and G2? Yes, just slightly, and to be honest, this last pick is really hard. There's many teams on similar level, but I am gonna go with Liquid. And now going over to the 0-3 teams, and this is very tricky. First of all, they showed some good CS, but honestly, this is way too much for them now, so my first 0-3 pick is going to be Nemiga. No one expected them to be here at this stage, and in most of my brackets they end up going 0-3, so I just have to go with them. And for my second pick, I could go with Lean Vision, but they showed way better Counter-Strike than anyone, including me, expected, so I don't really want to go for them. They shoot very hard. So for my other 0-3 pick, I'm gonna go with Legacy. Yes, I know I'm going with Legacy again. You know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, but it's just very hard. I just have to. If you want to continue following my picks, make sure you subscribe. I also post weekly CS2 news videos, which you might be interested in, and let me know what your picks are going to be for this stage down in the comments. Goodbye.